Tears for the Tear God, Salt for the Salt Throne, and Gas the Leaf Tribe.
Here we have an image of a woman holding up a sign, and I can tell from some of the pixels and having seen quite a few shops in my day that it's been photoshopped to read, "My car, my choice. Let me drink and drive. My feelings are greater than your life. Hashtag drunk drivers for Trump." I knew immediately when I saw it that this has something to do with the lockdown protesters and how the creator of this meme perceives them. Not because it smacks of that in any way, it doesn't. What does Craig Bragg call them? The hackneyed cliches and even memes hinge on something real. Everything about this is wrong. It's just incorrect. And I know this is old news, but for God's sake, the left can't fucking meme. So how did I know? If it doesn't smack of coronavirus protesters, how did I know? Well, I've taken the time to at least try to familiarize myself with people on the left, particularly those with Trump derangement syndrome, their opinions, positions, arguments, how they think, and why they believe. So I can recognize what kind of garbage comes from these leftists with Trump derangement syndrome. And it actually is simpler than you would think. You see, these people with Trump derangement syndrome would be happy to have conservative voices banned from the internet, from books, from the public forum in general, basically from the world. See in the gulags, people. In the same vein, they would be more than happy to simply not listen to their opponents' positions, arguments, opinions, etc. So they don't actually know their opponents' positions, opinions, arguments, how they think or why they believe what they believe. And for most people, from average person straight up to master debater, you can see the detriment in that. But it comes with a hidden advantage. That being, if you have no idea of your opponent's positions, opinions, arguments, etc., you get to just invent them for them. Sounds pretty nice, right? The problem is, you end up inventing garbage like this. To which the common response is, the left can't fucking meme, but that's exactly why. Don't worry. We're going to break it all down. I rarely break down anything in the order in which it's presented to me, so let's start with "my feelings are greater than your life." I believe this is supposed to be a play on the conservative a la Ben Shapiro, "facts don't care about your feelings." I just didn't realize that civil liberties are an emotion. I've seen this floating around the internet, something along the lines of, we are being conditioned to believe our freedoms are selfish. So if that's the feeling, if selfish is the feeling that they're trying to connect here, they now have to reconcile that with the idea that a claim to power over others, to make the decision for them without their consent, is less selfish than the power to make the decision for oneself. And if this is the case, they've definitely chosen the wrong image. If this is an actual protester, a lockdown protester, well, there's no one else in the picture. So she's social distancing of her own accord. She's wearing the gloves. She's wearing the PPE of her own accord. Where would you get the idea that conservatives are against PPE? What do you think a Desert Eagle on my hip is? That's personal protective equipment. Moving on to the metaphor. My car, my choice. Let me drink and drive. Is the implication drunk driving is contagious? No, nobody's that stupid. The idea, I imagine, is that drunk driving is dangerous and can cause accidents harming innocent people who weren't drunk driving. The same way that spreading coronavirus by not following procedures mandated by the government could be dangerous and harm innocent people. The problem is, you have to be drunk to drunk drive, and you have to have coronavirus to spread coronavirus. And those who don't drink and get in the car aren't drunk driving, and therefore not increasing the drunk driving risk of accidents. And those who have taken the precautions and aren't contracting coronavirus aren't increasing the risk of spreading coronavirus when they leave the house. What's happened, if this is the metaphor, is that the government's decided there are so many drunk drivers that they have to ban sober driving just to protect the sober drivers who now no longer exist. What the? Hashtag drunk drivers for Trump. Trump derangement syndrome all over again. Everyone who disagrees with me is literally Hitler. Trump is literally Hitler. Therefore, everyone who disagrees with me must at the least be a Trump supporter. So I imagine all these protesters in Michigan, every one of them, they all voted Trump?
We're not stupid. We know if we have COVID, we stay home.
Damn, it sounds like the woman in the MAGA hat is onto something. How about these protesters in England? Are they Trump supporters? What about Germany? Trump supporters, must be. Bulgaria? All of them. Trump supporters. What about here?
Vete a tu puta casa, Sánchez. Gobierno división. Voy solo. Solo, vamos. ¡Viva España! ¡Viva España! Y me voy a pasear hoy. Me voy a pasear hoy sin nadie a 2 metros. Cumpliendo la ley como hay que hacer. ¡Libertad!
I have no idea what that man in Spain was saying, but he was so impassioned, he must be a Trump supporter. It's almost as if a demand for civil liberties has become a global pandemic. I bet you fuckers would like to put a stop to that. Now, I saw this posted on a dear friend's Facebook, and I don't like to take the personal dig. I don't enjoy it, at least, but I have to. As a person who still has their job, knowing very well that the person who posted this still has their job, it's a lot easier to make fun of the protesters when we still have our jobs. These are people demanding to not live on government handouts. These are people demanding not just their lives, but their livelihoods back. They're demanding to take care of themselves, and we shouldn't be discrediting them for that. If they want to take care of themselves, they're going to. They're going to wear the PPE. They're going to sanitize their hands and their shops, and they're going to make sure that the shops that they own, while they still own them, take the precautions, and they'll make the people that come into their shops take those precautions or not serve them. Easier to say when you still have your job.
Relevant links to shit I said in the description? Maybe. I'm Irving Twin. Like, subscribe, or don't. It's a free country. At least it used to be.